If you're good at something, never do it for free.
So today, I want to talk about just kind of why I stopped giving advice, just unsolicited or otherwise, to, just your average normie, right? So I've been on this rock about 30 years, and I've came into this problem where every time I say to do something, the people I give advice to usually do the opposite. Hey, Dad, don't sell your house for crack. He sells it for Adderall. Hey, a friend of mine, don't hoist your car up on the branch. It'll probably break and the car will fall on you and you'll die. And then guess what? The car falls on him and he's dead. And, just shit like this. Hey, don't spend all your money on a McDonald's. You're going to get fat. Then she got fat, or she stayed fat. Hey, don't eat nothing for 30 days and you'll lose the fat. You just ate more pizza, got more fat, right? You know, hey, don't go into debt for a car, buy a fully paid off one. Goes into debt for a car and now they're, a debt slave to the car. They're like, oh, I just lost my job and I got this $800 a month car payment. Yeah, I told you not to do that. And so now every time I want to help somebody, which of course I naturally do, that's my curse, is I'm cursed with wanting to help but being very ineffective at it. Just because, like, I don't know, I guess I have the face of like a treacherous liar or some shit like that. Like, I don't know why people do the opposite of what I say always. That's just where I'm at. So I figured out a solution. Here's what I do. Here's the my 5,000 IQ 4D chess bullshit that I have to do if I actually want to help people. So anytime somebody asks me, hey, what are your opinions here? What do you think I should do? And they'd be like, hey, like, how do you think I should? How do you think I should, build this house? Like, well, that's a very good question. So I think you should definitely not use any like nails, and you definitely shouldn't use, heavy like 2x6s and 2x8s, for the floor and the ceiling. You should cheap out like a motherfucker and buy like not even 2x4s. You should buy like 2x2s. Save that cash. Big lumber doesn't want you to know this, but just go on a whole spiel about what they should not do. And now, because I said don't do all of that, now suddenly they're gonna not be retarded. They're gonna not cheap out, and they're actually gonna build the house correctly, right? Same thing with anything else. Like, hey, oh man, do you think I should sell my house for crack? Abso-fucking-lutely. You should sell your house for all the crack. And then you know what's going to happen? They're not going to sit there. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna keep the house. I'm just gonna keep it." And that's how you have to talk to these people. Because what I've learned is that I don't know if it's an ego thing, if people are just retarded, or if it's like spiteful disobedience. I don't know what it's all about, but I have noticed that whenever I strongly recommend somebody do something, they seem to have like this rebellious thing or whatever, you know, where like they just do the opposite of what I said. And I can hand you all the blueprints and the evidence for my suggestion, like all the shit that backs it up, all the information you need to know why I'm right, which just, not to sound like an arrogant prick, but I'm usually right about something. If I have an opinion, I usually end up being right about it, 9 times out of 10, right? I can submit all the information. I can do the research for you, but you're not going to listen. Like, nobody ever listens. And so, yeah, that's just like I'm wasting my own lifespan, doing all this research, putting all this information on screen. I sent my dad like a bunch of listings before he sold his house for Adderall. I sent him a bunch of listings. I was like, hey, Dad, if you do this, you're not going to get another one. And his response was, and I quote, I'm a real estate guy. I'm like, okay, all right. So, and I sent him like 10 different texts. Like, hey, here's the listings for apartment, rentals. Like, your mortgage is $300 a month. Oh, I say it's not a mortgage; it was a land note because he built the house. So his a land note was $300, and your cheapest rent in town is like $800, and you're gonna have like 5 roommates, which I know you don't want, right? And so it's just that like I sent him all this, and oh yeah, and you haven't paid taxes in 30 years, so like you on paper don't have an income, so you're just not gonna get a mortgage, period, because you kind of lucked out. He bought he bought his house like pre 2008, back when they didn't do like income checks. They had stated income. You could just say, oh yes, I make this much. Trust me, bro, and that was good enough. Now they actually check for that shit. And yeah, so I sent him all the evidence for everything. Like, hey, if you do this, like it's a catastrophic fuck up. You're not gonna get another one. And yeah, he didn't listen, right? And the same thing with my sister. I was like, hey sis, if you like develop a fucking, if you become a tweaker, life's gonna suck. If you're a whore, life's gonna suck. Like, oh fuck you, I do what I want. Like, okay, and lo and behold, life sucks. Calls me up like once. Well, she used to. I told her to fuck off, and she never called me again. But she used to call me up like once every 6 months to like ask me for money. Like, hey Bubba, can I get like, I need money for diapers. I'm like, oh, did you not do what I said again? Okay, interesting. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm pretty sure that application for Papa John's that I had sitting on the table back when you lived with me, and I'll go on that fucking spiel later. That's the next video probably, where I tell you about the adventures of tweakers and Tweaker Plus. Just there's a long saga of like dumbasses who like that they their stories need to be told, and frankly I think they're hilarious. A little bit of Schadenfreude definitely, but these people are assholes, so fuck them. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Just I stopped helping people. I stopped giving it unsolicited advice. Now if you actually want me to give you some advice, you got to pay me for it. I have found that if you don't pay for it, you don't value it. So if I give it to you for free, you're just not going to listen. So that's what I've learned. That's kind of the gist of it. All right, this video is already stretching out to be way too long. So like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. I'll see you on the next one.